Hey guys, welcome to Chase After the Right Price. We're in the new business location and we have 15 orders on eBay that just sold this morning. So we're going to go through, pull all the orders and ship them, show you what sold, and show you how we're going to ship each item. So let's do it.
After the right price.
All right, so the first 4 items that sold are all from B4. So this is our eBay inventory management system. If you haven't seen it, there is a full video on how I set it up, but you use the custom label SKU on eBay and find a place to store it, which we have A1 through 10, and then B1 through 5, C1 through 5, D, and E, which we still have to get our nice blue labels for. But that's the eBay inventory management system, and I love it. But we have the Dual for Sega Genesis, and this sold for I think like $17.50. I sent a 20% off and got rid of that, so I'm happy about that one. And then, let's see if I can remember the others. I know Panzer General sold, and this is a 3DO game, complete in the long box. I think it sold for around 35-ish. And then I think the Shockwave lot of 3 sold. We got to make sure I'm getting the discs. And then we'll pull the... So sold all the Shockwaves together on 3DO, and those sold for like 55-ish plus shipping. And there's one other item. Let's see if it jumps out to me here. This is kind of where we've been putting a lot of the games, just stacking them on top of each other. But in general, there's no method or madness to where stuff goes, just where it fits. And then as long as it's labeled, you can find it. So back here for Sega Saturn, we got Crime Wave. Let's see if I can pull that without dropping the whole stack. And this one sold for like 45-ish. I'm struggling to remember the prices because I sent that 20% off thing this morning, and that's why pretty much the reason we got 13 out of the 15 sales. I had my store on vacation as we were getting the new business location up and running, so I wanted to get the ball rolling again. So I sent 20% off to my watchers on a bunch of items, which is another little tip that you can do. You can go and send offers to buyers, which has only been out for like the last year or so. It's a great feature, 10% off, 20% off, whatever you want to do. So you have that option to get stuff sold. So we're going to bring these on over to the packing station, which we haven't really got to use fully yet. But, so we've got our little craft paper, bubble wrap, and then that's pretty much what we're going to need from here. We're probably going to need boxes and stuff. We'll figure, we still got stuff to do as far as setting up goes. If you haven't seen the setup video, check that one out. So we did a full tour of this entire operation and kind of the mindset behind everything. Maybe you can take bits and pieces from it. I know, you know, depending on how much room you have, but this is kind of the full goal that I've wanted in my mind for a very long time, and we finally have the room, so we have stations. So this is where we're going to pack and ship, but I'm going to pull all the orders before we do these. So let's go see what else sold. Alright, so coming over here to check where the orders are located. You may be able to see like this Mario Kart 64, it might be hard to see, but the custom label SKU says B5, so that's where it is. And I always try to to see if there's multiple things from B5. In this case there's not, but we also have an order from D3, which I'm going to grab, and A10. So let's go check it out. So D3, this is D3, and we sold a figure from Jay and Silent Bob, and it was Jay. So this sold for $10. plus calculated shipping, so they're paying the full cost of shipping. Not a great buy because I had $5 into it and it sat for a while, but we'll profit a little bit after fees on that one. And then B5, this is a cool sale. This Mario Kart 64 Donkey Kong, new in package. I got this from the huge collection purchase. Super nice premium stuff, recorded on the GoPro. It was actually like my first big GoPro recording. So check that one out if you haven't seen it. But that sold for $120 plus shipping. So that's a good sale. And then A10 over here. See if we can find it quickly. I just put a bunch of new stuff in here, but so probably towards the bottom is going to be a Frogger game, like an Atari or Coleco, can't remember what system. It's usually not too bad to find something just in one of these bins, so you don't have to look through too much stuff. But sometimes it takes a minute.
Yeah, and if you want to buy any of our stuff, just get over to eBay and follow us.
Oh, this is for sale.
All this is for sale.
This was a... So, I like to just like put stuff where it fits, so we just had a bunch of stuff listed recently, and there was room in A10, so I just kind of came over and put everything in A10, but I think I just found it. Frogger 2 on the very bottom, in the middle. So, we'll clean this up, make sure it's all good to go, and then get it in a clear poly bag. And then add a little bubble wrap, whether that's putting it inside of a bubble mailer. So we've got these three things, which we're gonna add to our shipping station. On over here. Alright, and then I believe the rest of the sales are all from E2, which is those two bins right there. These were freshly listed, so we just created these bins right before the move. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all those orders, and we'll tell you everything that sold and for how much. And that Frogger 2, by the way, sold for $16 shipped, and I believe I've told you everything else. So we'll get all the orders out of E2, and then we'll update you guys when we grab them. Alright, so we pulled the orders from E2, and just want to show you guys what sold and for how much. So this Thomas, this is Salty from Lego Duplo, sold for $32 plus shipping by itself. So that's crazy. Got this in the whole $20 collection from a garage sale episode. This Stellar Fire, probably shouldn't have listed this because it sold for $8 with free shipping. Barely gonna make anything on that, but it is what it is. And then Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the 3DO. Somebody asked if I would take 50. I was asking 60. I sent them an offer for 50 because that's a fair offer. And that sold. And then the Game Boy Pocket, which we noted has some minor screen issues but still works. That sold for $36 with free shipping. And then Arcade Hits Pack, I think I paid 30 or 40 for this at a Disc Traders, and it sold for $64 plus shipping. Not bad. Quake, no cover art, but it's got the manual and the disc with a generic case. That sold for $60 plus $5 in shipping. And then Warhawk Long Box PS1 sold for $12. And I think I have one more sale, which is in the card box, which I have converted to E3. It's an Expedition lot from Pokemon cards. It sold for $16. Let's see if I can find it quickly. So this is kind of where I put all of my individual and small lots of cards, which I do sell Pokemon cards. There it is. So this is a lot of non-hollow rares, or just not even rares, but they're all from the same set, which is the Expedition set. It's vintage. So if you ever see this little E looking thing in the bottom left, that's usually a good sign. Usually those cards are more likely to be worth money. If I had some hollows from the set, they'd be worth really good money, especially if in good shape. But they're kind of in rough shape, and you know, there's some decent ones, but no hollows. So 16 bucks. So that is all the sales, and now we will show kind of how we ship some of them. So let's get into that. Okay, so we're over at the packing station, and wanted to point out a couple little tips to you guys. So if you ever sell Sega Saturn games or PS1 long box or this type of case, this is a really nice handy tip. So these are 4x6 bubble mailers, which are right there, and you can cut them in half and then just put them in there, which is going to secure the disc. And actually a lot of these cases originally had styrofoam inside of them anyways, and that's going to make a buyer very happy, and it's going to keep the game in great condition. So I did that for all those and wanted to point that out. And these, I got them yenspackage.com, but off of eBay, craft bubble mailers. Got them 500, maybe paid like 20 bucks. So very handy to have. And the other thing they're good for is when I sell Pokemon card lots, which this is how I package those. Team set bag, put all the cards in sleeves, and then a top loader on the front and back. And then for extra measure, put that inside of a bubble mailer, which I will then put inside of a waterproof white poly mailer, which is this. And I have links to some of this stuff that I get off of eBay, and then a lot of the supplies I get on Amazon. Links in the description. Those are affiliate links, and they support the channel. If you are going to get any of them, I would appreciate it. And then just fold it over for that type of thing. Throw it on the scale. That's going to be 4 ounces or less, so I'm just going to call it 4 ounces because that's the cheapest first class rate. And that's done. And then these I'm going to put into clear poly bags, which I have all the links to those that I get on Amazon. The same ones that I buy in the description. So you got inside of these, this is like a 9x12 clear poly bag. Very handy size, which is what I'll also put those into. And then I like getting the 6x9, which holds a DVD case or regular PS2 GameCube type game case, like very snug and very good. So check those out in the description below. But I just kind of got everything bagged, which is great. And then after this, something like this, I would just take a bubble mailer or some bubble wrap and just do one roll around it. In this case, I'll probably just put it in like that. Fold it over, seal it, and then I'll throw that inside of a white poly mailer, and that is good to go. That's going to stay in great shape. Something that maybe has a little more value, or could get damaged, like these plastic cases, I'll do the same process, but then I'll come over to the box closet and grab one of my 6x9 cardboard boxes. I know, or 9x6x3. So this right here, great for like complete a box Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, or those Sega Saturn games, which are very fragile. I'll ship all of those in a cardboard box with, you know, some padding, just so that it's not going to wheel around and it's going to stay in great shape. And then this thing right here, I think what I'm going to do is poly bag it first, clear poly bag, and then go to the bubble wrap arm and bubble wrap it. So again, this is a size that comes in handy for, like, especially for vinyl or laser disc, that type of thing. 14x20 is the size of this. It's the biggest one I get, but it also works great when you have something like this, big old toy. Doesn't hurt to have a little spare room in there. And then I always fold them over because it just looks way better that way. Seal it. So that's already pretty well protected, at least from scratching and whatnot. And then I take the bubble wrap thing, which we really haven't gotten to use yet, so this is very exciting. And just do a few rows going this way. And this one sold for 120 bucks, so I'm gonna give them a good amount of bubble wrap. And then I'll break that off, put that down, and then go vertical, same thing, just a couple, just to make sure every square inch of that thing is covered with bubble wrap. We're gonna call this one good to go. And I'll tape that. And then we'll find a good sized box for it. And I might add a little bit more tape just to keep it snug, but I won't show you guys that. The point gets across there. I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy. Even though it only sold for a little bit, I'll still do a bag and then a little bit of bubble wrap. And we'll find boxes for those, probably a 14 by 6 box, which is also a great size to keep on hand. I'm saying 2 dimensions, boxes are 3 dimensions. Let's see what we have. It's been a while since I've looked at all my box dimensions. I just reordered them. 14 by 8 by 6. That's what I think we're going to use for both of those. Could be wrong. We could end up being a little bit bigger, but that's my guess. This is a great system box to have on hand for like PS2 systems. They fit very well in these. Sega Genesis Model 1 fits very well in these, and then these types of figures. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to bore you guys with going through all the details of weighing everything and stuff, but I wanted to get all the little tips and tricks to shipping across in this video. So hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully you can note some of the things that sold, and if you see them for cheaper, you can buy them. But then also remember some of these shipping tricks when shipping your stuff. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for coming along for the ride. If you haven't seen the full tour of this entire setup and our mindset behind why we did everything, check that one out. And yeah, hit that like button. It really helps. And we'll see you guys next time.